Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was too busy pretending to read so that I could set up a very, very cliched opening to make it sound like we were talking spontaneously. But we're not, but I've had this stuck in my head. If I didn't do this now, it would just bother me forever. Anyway, welcome to a series of videos we're called What Are We Reading? And honestly, this is how I first envisioned this whole YouTube channel being. It's just these little shorts of me telling you what I'm reading and keeping you up to date on that. But I also wanted to do the sort of bigger form, more thoughtful ones as well. So this is the first of those. As you can tell, I am reading Virginia Woolf, A Room of One's Own. And I'm reading this mainly because I'm about to teach it again to some students. And I thought it's good to read back up on it, make sure I know what I'm talking about. But even if I weren't teaching it, this book is definitely worth a read on its own. It's very good. It's beautiful writing. I really like the way that Virginia Woolf writes. She has a lovely voice to her writing. She's very easy to read, even though, you know, if you're not used to these sort of densely packed pages, it may turn you off a little bit. There's not a whole lot of dialogue. It's a lot of this sort of inner thought. They're actually adapted from some speeches that she gave to these women's colleges. But the whole book is about women in fiction, and so I find it really interesting. And I'm not going to get into great detail here. That's what the other series is about. But I kind of wanted to point to a passage that I really like very, very early in the book, where she is trying to explain like the thesis of her argument, that if a woman wants to be successful as a writer, she needs to have money and a room of her own. You know, she needs to have the resources to take care of herself and to live the life that she wants. And in setting it up, she kind of understands that not everyone's going to agree with her point, and she's going to contain her argument in a story, an imaginary person, rather than in a bunch of facts and figures. And she says this, she says, "Fiction here is likely to contain more truth than fact. Therefore, I propose making use of all the liberties and licenses of a novelist to tell you the story of the 2 days that preceded my coming here." Not bad, all right, she's going to tell us about that. She says, "I need not say that what I'm about to describe has no existence. Oxbridge is an invention, so is Fernham. I is only a convenient term for somebody who has no real being. Lies will flow from my lips, but there may perhaps be some truth mixed up in them. It is for you to seek out this truth and to decide whether any part of it is worth keeping. If not, you will of course throw the whole of it into the waste paper basket and forget all about it." And that's where she begins her sort of fictionalized journey through trying to understand the role of women in fiction, women as writers of fiction, women as subjects of fiction, the relationship between women and men. And the whole thing grows into a long discussion about women as people, women as artists, women as citizens. Really, it is a very, very interesting book. It's a little bit depressing because some of the things that she points out, some of the issues that she addresses are things that are still very, very evident today. And I kind of think Virginia Woolf would look at us today and go, you people haven't learned a thing. But nevertheless, like I said, these videos are designed to be short, and hopefully I can do them anywhere, here, someplace else, on the train, I don't know. But just to keep you up to date with what I'm reading, I try to read a few books in parallel where I can, so I'll be doing maybe a few more of these in some other books. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just to sit down, let you know where I'm going. I mean, right? So she's given the speeches, and she's going to do this whole thing about dinners as metaphors, which is quite good. But yeah, for now, I think that'll be it. We'll see how this goes. It's still early days yet in the YouTube channel. In the meantime, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to my book.